Dear Dad, ngabe uyazi ukuthi iningi lethu liqala izidakamizwa lina 12 years old?
Dear Mom, why must I be scared and on guard all the time just because I'm a girl?
Dear teachers, are you aware that of every 4 children starting school this year, only 1 of them will reach grade 12?
Dear men, do you realize the average age that most of us are exposed to porn is 8?
Dear leader, ngizozazi kanjani ukuthi ngubani uma iningi lethu likhulu abazali bobabili bengekho ekhaya?
Liewe pastoor, sien niemand dat ons alleen en hartseer is nie. Geen niemand omdat tienerselfmoordstatistieke in die laaste 10 jaar verdubbel het nie.
Every day we see that our younger generation are surrounded by loads of different issues. I've had the privilege of being a youth pastor for the last 14 years, and in that space of time I've walked a journey with many young people who have walked through areas of pain, particular issues like bullying and addiction, areas of drugs and alcohol, broken homes. And so in 2010, after years of walking through this pain and being gripped by it, I felt this whisper of God saying, somebody's got to do something about it. Somebody's got to get on the front end of this pain. And so come 2011, a bunch of us got together, we took a risk, and we started our nonprofit, Trulife. So I think we had a real conviction that we needed to create a creative medium to reach this younger generation, that they weren't going to listen to somebody picking up a mic and telling them not to do drugs. And in many ways, when we started to present the idea to schools and people, we were met with a fair chunk of resistance where people would tell us, hey, you know, your high school musical play isn't going to help anybody. But we really knew that those creative platforms, the curriculum, the on-stage productions, the workshops connecting with these kids would start to open up something on the inside so that they can step into some of those brave choices. In our first year, our team thought we were going to make the history books, but there was an overwhelming sense of disappointment and failure really when we only reached 6 schools and did a whopping 8 productions. But there were a bunch of us that really sensed that we had to stay, that we had to stand and be a voice and help this generation. And so we picked ourselves up and continued ahead. So we're now 9 years into the story, and we've had the extreme privilege of performing 1,200 times in 500 different schools across KZN and Gauteng, reaching 150,000 plus kids in our nation. The reach of our team is so vast and diverse that one day we're sitting in the theatres of our top schools across South Africa, and the next day we're performing in tiny classrooms in some of our townships. Over the past couple of years, we've had countless stories of the impact that our team has made out at the schools. One that comes to mind is a young girl who had applied to a modelling agency, and after watching our human trafficking production came to us, and she was worried that potentially it was a front for a human trafficking syndicate. We passed the information on to the experts at a human trafficking task force, and they found out that actually in fact it was a human trafficking ring, and we were able to prevent her from walking down a path that would have been one of tragedy. We're dreaming big. Our passion is that we would have a Trulife base in every city around our country. Our passion is that we would be in every single school being able to help in multiple different ways. We're looking at connecting and partnering with the education department. We want to make sure that every single young person in our country is engaged with these particular messages. So GLS has always been an instrumental part of the team's leadership development. We've been going since year 1, and we always walk away feeling super inspired and challenged to keep doing what we're doing. I think that the time is gone where churches, businesses, schools wait for people to come to them for help. And in many ways, I believe that's what Jesus would be doing, that he would be aiming for the pain, that he would be in the midst of the mess. And we need to go to the world, to our communities, and help them. So when we look around, we see that there is a lot of hurts and a lot of pain in this world. But we believe that God is asking us to see through the pain and to the potential that's in this generation. And my challenge to anyone sitting listening today is that when you're gripped with that pain, don't ignore it. Many times that's the way that God works. There is solutions sitting in every single one of us.
Who shall change this nation?
Tumamina. Wie sal ons nas verbeter?
Send me.
Who will right the wrongs?
Tumamina.
Op by ubani ozolungisa maphutha?
Said me.
Who will stand up for justice?
Tumamina.
Ubani uzomela ubulungiswa?
Said me. Dear South Africa, when will the people see the call and stand? Tumamina. Said me.